Hello everyone and welcome to Phoenix Gaming. We are trucking along with the puzzle in the Frosthaven booklet. It's on pages 8 and 9. It's the second puzzle solution. So not the first puzzle solution that has to do with this image here. That is pages 8 and 9. No part, or part 1, I guess, by default. If you do not want spoilers, you should not watch this video. You should get off right now. If you're curious about what's going on, check out the description. There's a link to sort of the intro video. I'm basically walking through all the different pieces of the puzzle book. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and start looking at what we're talking about with this puzzle here. So we have just essentially a second answer slot at the bottom of page 9 here. So we had an answer slot at the bottom of page 8, and then this answer slot at the bottom of page 9. It doesn't matter which scenario you did. Both of them sort of end with the kind of key, most important text that you'll need to use. And then they say in it specifically, do not turn to the next page in the puzzle book. Instead, write the solution to the next puzzle on the same page. So you are going to turn to the next page once you solve this puzzle, but in order to advance, you might need some hints. So we're going to go ahead and start digging into hint number 1 here. Hint number 1 here is that the image on these pages 8 and 9 is defunct. You no longer need it. It has nothing to do with this puzzle. You used it for the puzzle solution to page 8, basically, and this is an entirely new puzzle, completely separate from the pages that it's on, that is going to be true essentially for the rest of the puzzle book, that once a puzzle is solved, it is not used repeatedly with the exception of the translations of the numbers and the letters that we did at the beginning. We're going to go ahead and move on to hint number 2 here. Hint number 2 is that what you're using does not require you to have unlocked anything, gone anywhere else. I am 100% positive that you have access to what you need to solve this puzzle at the time that you get this. It's been here the whole time. Hint number 3 is coming up, and hint number 3 is, hey, where do you see, if you haven't found it yet, where do you see number and letter pairings often? Like having those things paired, it's 3M, 1L, and 7A. Having those paired together is kind of an irregular thing. So think about some instances where you might see those two kinds of pairs together, what that might mean. And it might help you think about what objects in the Frosthaven box would be of use to you. So let's move on to hint number 4 here. And I'm assuming from these hints onward that you have found what it is that we're looking for. In fact, what you're going to do is you're going to notice that there are 3 different spots with essentially 3 very distinct different images. When I say very distinct, I mean marginally distinct from each other. You'll know what I mean when you see them. And in fact, let's talk about that for hint number 5. Hint number 5 says, hey, they seem pretty bland, and I completely agree with you. In fact, it is their blandness that means that you're essentially only looking for the one thing that you think seems to be unique across these 3 images. So those are my hints for you. I'm going to dive into the puzzle solution in just a minute, but hopefully that'll get you off to the races if you haven't already solved this puzzle. Good luck. All right, last chance. I'm about to show you what you're looking for in this. The thing that you are looking for here is the map of Frosthaven, or actually, I guess, of the northern coast here. The thing that tips you off on this is that you've got letters and numbers all along the top and side of this that match up very nicely with 3M, 1L, and 7A. So we're going to go ahead and focus in first on 3M here. So 3M is this one right here. And we see there's really not a whole lot going on in this location here. So maybe we'll go over to 1L and see if there's anything more interesting. Again, very, very little going on here. And then we'll dive over to 7A. 7A, again, very, very little going on in this location here. I'm realizing that this is actually not the final map. Hold the phone. All right, we got ourselves an updated map. Thank you, Board Game Geek. So we're going to go ahead and look at these same guys again and zoom into those specific areas. So we've got 3M right here. We've got 1L right here. And we've got 7A all the way over here. And again, you'll notice not very descript, but you might have noticed the thing that was different from the old map and this map in terms of all of these have essentially ice shelves that are contained in, like, it's like half water, half ice shelf or something like that, right? And the only thing here is ice shelf. So a couple of things that we looked at were maybe like the ripples in the water or anything like that. All of them have no scenarios in them. So pretty clearly nondescript. And in fact, the only thing that we noticed really across any of them is that they have these sort of like fingers, right? These little dents and bumps along the way. This one, in fact, even almost looks like a foot here. Maybe it's a four-toed foot, but there is sort of a fifth little jut out over here on this side. So 5 becomes the number that's associated here. 2 is the number for the L over here. And then if we go over to 7a right here, we've got 1, 2, 3. So that leads us to 52.3, which is the solution for this puzzle. Hope you enjoyed watching, everybody. Super short video, but this one is not as complex. It's really more just about making that connection of getting to the map and then kind of observing it when you're there. Hope this helped. Hope you weren't stuck and didn't even watch this in the first place, but we'll keep on going. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Ciao.